let's go ahead and march it out. Nice deep breaths. I gotta like get this stress off from this Zoom mishaps. All right, a little bigger. Here we go. Nice deep breaths. And then start to lift the arms up and down. Nice and easy, just to stretch everything out. Up and down. And try to match it with your breath. Good. Now start to lift a knee when you rise and down. So a little bit of a balance. Really pulling the core muscles in. Nice high knee, Melly. That's nice. Very good. Get it up. Good. Now let's push forward with some kicks. Nice and easy. Just kind of stretching the back out. Good. And then match it to your breath, remember? Good. And then we're going to do a little mixture to get our minds working. Okay, so we're going to lift twice and then push and kick twice. Just to kind of add some heat and get our minds going on this Thursday morning. All right. Make sure you have deep breaths. Good. I'm going to add a third element. Okay? So the last two kicks are here. And then you're going to have a jack and a jack. So lift, lift, kick, kick, jack, and jack. We just have this a few more times. So hopefully all of the shoulder, the back, the legs are getting stretched out last time. And kick. And then we're going to stay right here with these jacks. And I want you to try to reach a little bit longer. I think my arms are still tired from Tuesday. I don't know about yours. I feel it a little sore, which is good. I guess we haven't done stuff like that in a little bit. And then go ahead and widen the legs and just rock side to side. You can put the arms down. I'm going to tie my shoe. Side to side. Whoop. Thought I did a pretty good knot. Okay. And then we're going to start bringing one arm up and just rotate through as you'd like. You can go slower, add a little more stretch. Good. Okay. And then all the way up, stay wide. You're just going to squeeze the glutes and then come back down. Just do a little mini squat. Squeeze the glutes, bend the knees. Good. Make sure you're pulling the belly button in as much as you can. Nice slight bend in the knees. And then we're going to move to a hinge. So instead of bending the knees, we're going to just flex at the hips to stretch out the hamstrings. So no bend in the knee. Knees stay straight. Good. And then when you come up, you're really squeezing that butt. So we're going to have a few exercises today that have that hinge in it. And the main purpose is when you're down is to really squeeze and push the hips forward to get that motion up. So you're using the power in your legs, okay? And then we're going to stay wide, and then we're going to practice those pivots. So pivoting on the left foot, so you want to look to make sure your heel is pointed towards the back. And when you're doing that, you're still pulling the hips forward to tighten that glute muscle. And then you rotate the foot back to center, pick up the other foot. So I just see a little bit of variation on these pivots, and you're squeezing that butt muscle. Can you squeeze it and you feel it? Yes. So then just rotate yourself nice and easy, and just make sure you have a slight bend in the knee. You're pushing up, and just enough that weight is in the back leg so you can really squeeze that muscle. And that helps to protect the lower back uses your core. So when we're going to do our pivot punches, there's a hint for you. You can use that core muscle, okay? So if I have to stay back to squeeze this glute, I can't come forward and still squeeze that muscle. I have to stay back, okay? So those are the two. So we have pivots, hinges, and you're going to have deadlifts, which is basically just the hinge again. So when I say hinge or deadlift, it means the same thing, where you're keeping the weight really close to your legs. Okay. So then let's just stretch out the neck a little bit, left and right. Just if we're gonna use one single weight today. And so some of them are done slow, so we're working on our posture and balance. And ear to the shoulder, ear to the other shoulder. Good. And then just kind of rotate the neck around. Just halfway. Okay. And then shake out anything else that you think you need to shake out. And I'm going to get this going here. So you're going to need one weight, and you're going to need a chair for the last exercise. One of the exercises, you'll need a chair for those sit to stands. If you don't have a chair, you can do your squats instead. Okay? So each one is done for 1 minute, so very similar structure to Tuesday. The exercises are just slightly modified. Okay? So first one is that sit to stand. So I'm just going to get that one out of the way, so then you can stand the rest of the way. So let's just put that one first. So it's sit to stands. We have 1 minute, and I'm going to add on as we go in that 1 minute. Okay? All right. And we start in 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to come down slow, and we're just going to rise for 20 seconds. And I want you to get your posture correct. So the weight is really close to your body, elbows are pointed down, pushing in through your heels. Okay? Good. Now we're going to start to add that calf raise when you're ready. Calf raise at the top, and we're going to stay here. So even though you hear the ding, it's a full minute. Nice calf raises, take your time, get your balance, squeeze the butt. And now we're going to do a calf raise. Calf raise with a push, and then down. Good. Calf raise, push, and down. Nice balance. You try to stay up on your toes. So we're going to switch. The weight goes into your right hand. You're going to lift, lean, back up, and down. Up, lean, up, and down. Good. Up, lean, up, and down. If you want to try to look up at the weight, that would add a little bit more core muscle. And we're going to switch in 5 seconds to the other side. So when you're leaning, the arm goes straight up. Switch sides. All right, so up, lean. So I'm sliding that hand down. Sliding it down the leg, trying to look up at the weight so it stays right on top of our shoulder. That weight, if I look straight up, it's straight up ahead of me. Good. We have 10 seconds, and we're going to go to abductions. So the weight will stay in the same hand. Good. 3, 2, and 1. So opposite sides, slowly bringing the leg back in. Out slow and in. So I almost think of 1, 2, 1, 2. Really nice and tight. Great. Woo. And take your time. Nothing has to be quick. Trying to look at your screen and make sure you're trying not to move from the torso up. Switching sides. Here we go. Other side. Nice and controlled. Toe stays pointed right at me. Whew. I already feel the heat. Hopefully you do too. just because those controlled movements of really pulling the core muscles in. If you need to hold on to something, please feel free to. You can always sit as well. We're going to go to a pivot punch. The weight stays in the same hand, and we're going to pivot to the opposite side. So wide stance, and it's a pivot and back to center. So it just stays to the same side. And make sure you're squeezing that glute muscle as we practiced earlier. That weight goes straight out parallel to the ground, and then you pull it back into center. Push and pull. Push and pull. Good. 5 seconds, and we switch arms. Go ahead and switch when you're ready. Set yourself up. Other side. Good. You're exhaling as you're pushing. Nice work. Keep that going. Nice big butt squeezes. Whew. And we're going to switch to a hinge and a butt squeeze. So it's going to look like this. Hinge and up. And I'm going to alternate arms. So the weight should almost be weightless at the top of the motion. Arm stays straight and it comes just to parallel. Yeah, so I'm switching and then the weight goes between my legs and I push my hips forward to get that weight up. So it's almost weightless at the top, and then we're switching arms. Keep that going. Whew. Keep that going, another 30 seconds. This music is not, whew. All right, so we've got 10 seconds, and then you're gonna have your heel toe, weight in the same hand, and we're gonna do a deadlift and up with a bicep curl. So I'm heel toe, I bend and push my hips forward to bicep curl. Down, up. So the weight goes all the way in front of my knee, and then I pop back up and balance. Make sure you have your balance first. Woo. So it should stretch the back of the legs. And switch, other foot in front. Get your balance first. You come down and up. Down and pop back up with that bicep curl. Nice job. So you should feel it in the back of your legs, and your hips are really working and squeezing in the front. Next, we're going to have tricep kickbacks. Feet are together, and I'm going to step back just with one side. Step and extend. Good. So foot goes back nice and long if you can. So the legs come back together and out. Extend. Good. Other arm can come out for balance if you need to. We have 5 seconds. And go ahead and switch. Other side. So row up first. Extend. Good. So see how my chest is slightly forward? Perfect, Sophie. That looks good. Yes. Whew. Nice deep breaths. Try to control the breathing. Nice long lines. Chest stays forward, pointed forward, so you're not rotating. Good. And then we have bicep curl to then opening, close, and down. So you bicep curl, open up the elbow, in and down. Good. Up, open, close, down. Good. And then you just go your own speed. So it's a curl, open, close, down. Good. Other side. Up. Don't worry, you'll have a chance to do all of these again. So I'm just stretching out the shoulder right there at first. in, and down. Up, open, in, down. Whew. Good. And then we have our single side rows, so the weight will stay in the same hand. Opposite leg goes back. Here we go. So the opposite leg is back and we're rowing. If you want, you lift the other arm straight up. If you want a little more, you lift that back leg. So it's just barely off the ground. You can always tap it down if you need to. And working on the lower back stability, pulling the belly button in. And switch sides. Other leg goes back, set yourself up, and row. So the weight is in the front foot, and then you can always lift that foot or lightly have it on the floor. Nice job. This one's not easy. Nice work. Whew. We have one more after this. And stop. Weight is in the same hand. You're going to hinge, open, and rise in a lift. Hinge, open, and lift. So it's called a fly. If you want to add the other hand, that's okay if that makes more sense to you. So it's a reverse fly and a forward raise. Nice job. Switch the hands and continue. So that unilateral weight helps to really create balance and stability on the other side. So the other side is really squeezing to hold as that weight is lifting. Hopefully you feel that. Whew, 10 seconds. And I'm already glistening. Very good. And stop. Okay. Hopefully that was all right. Grab some water. I will do the same. Okay. And then we'll repeat. Any of them that you found more difficult than the others? Are about the same.
My arms are still tired.
Arms are tired. Mine too. Right in here. I wonder if it was those push-ups with the bird dog or whatnot, the overhead. Yep. So if this doesn't feel good to you opening, you can always just stick with the bicep curl, right? So if you have some tightness here, which some do, you don't have to do the opening part. You could just stay in that bicep curl. So I want to point that out as well. I think that was it. I think everyone looked pretty good. I don't really have much to say for tips or strategies for that. That looked pretty good, unless you have any questions. Whew. And you can always change the speed. So you can go a little faster than me. You can always go a little slower. Faster works on speed, and endurance, slower works more on strength and control and stability. So it just depends what you want to work on. So we're going to do it again. We're going to start in about 25 seconds. Okay. Whew. All right. We've got 9 seconds. We've got those sit to stands first. So we start just with the sit to stands, just to get our posture. Here we go. Big squeeze at the top. And then when you're ready, start to add the calf raise. When you're ready. Up, raise, and down. Up, raise. Good. Weight stays close. And then when you're ready, you're going to add the calf raise with the extension. Okay, keep this going. I'm going to raise, bring it in, and then lower the toes. Good. So I try to stay up the whole time on those toes while I'm extending, pulling back in, just for a little added balance practice. Whew. And then we've got our overhead press leans coming up. We're going to start on the right side. Okay, here we go. So up and lean, and then back down. Lean and up. So you want to stack that weight right above your shoulder. Good. And when I'm leaning, I'm really using those side abdominal muscles to pull myself back up. Good. You can go a little wider stance if you want to, if that helps. Switch sides. Sometimes it gives you a little bit more stability and balance if you need to. Good. A little lean and a push. Nice job. Halfway. Good. All the way up. Try to look at that weight above your head if you can. Nice job. Straight up. All right, then we have abductions. Weight stays in the same hand. Here we go. Out and in. See if you could even slow this one down and really focus on that core strength. Ugh. Kathy, you're just out of frame. I can't even, you might not even have a weight at all in your hand. No, kidding.
Magic.
Video tricks. Woo! And switch sides. That was tough. There we go. Out and in. And hopefully you can feel this side really pulling in to help stabilize you. Since opposites are going out, that weight just goes to parallel. Nice job. Good. Then we have those pivot punches. So the weight is going to stay in your hand, whatever hand it's in, and you're going to punch across. Wider stance. Here we go. Push, pull, push, pull. Maybe a bigger push and a slower pull back in. And in. And in. Nice job. Make sure you squeeze that butt of the foot that's pivoting. 10 seconds. Really big pushes. Use that glute muscle to rotate you. And switch hands. When you're ready, go right into it. Get your position first. Make sure the feet are square, knees are forward, and then pivot. You can always add a little bend when you come back if you want to. Good, 10 seconds. And then we have those hinge switches at the top where you're really pushing your butt forward to then switch sides. Here we go. So arm is straight, up straight, switch hands. Switch, good. So a little bit of hand-eye coordination. Make sure you're not really bending your legs. You're hinging at the hips. And really squeeze the butt at the top to protect the lower back and to give you a little bit more momentum coming forward. Stay put here, keep going. Woo! Nice job. If you don't like the hands, you can always just do butt squeezes. That's okay too. Nice big butt squeezes, nice, and push the hips forward. 10 seconds, and we have those tricep kickbacks. Okay, where you're gonna step back. Here we go, same side. Nice and controlled. Other arm can come out to the side if you'd like, kind of for some counterbalance. Good, nice long lines. Step back and in. How are we doing? Halfway here. Good. Switch sides. Good. extend and squeeze the back of the arm. Maybe you bring your chest a little more parallel to the ground. That'll make it harder to get that weight up. Nice job. Then we have our deadlifts, so our heel-toe position. Here we go. So heel-toe, weight in both hands, bend to the knee, and then pop back up. Bend, shoulders stay back, pop. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Whew, down, and pop the hips back up. Good. We switch in 6 seconds. You should feel the pull in the hamstring. Good. Go ahead and switch positions. Other foot in front. Here you go. Even if you just want to practice just your bicep curls in a heel-toe position, that's okay. If that bend isn't really for you, always kind of switch it up. All right, what do we got? Bicep to that open position, bicep curls. I'm gonna go to my right hand. Here we go. So I'm gonna come up, out, in, and down. So elbow stays up as it rotates out and down. And then maybe see what your speed can do. So when it goes out, your core is working as the limb goes away from the body. And you can always stay right here with a bicep curl. That's okay too. Nice job. Switch sides. Good. And as you're pulling up, pull the core in, squeeze the butt muscles. Good. 18 seconds. I should have wore a headband. 10 seconds. Really nice and tight. 6 seconds and you have those single leg rows. One leg goes back, the opposite leg goes back, and I'm pulling. So weight comes slightly forward and I pull. You could also do a seated row, that's okay. If you want to lift the back leg, really lift that arm up so it's close to the ear. Good, 6 seconds. And go ahead and switch. Set yourself up, nice soft knee, and pull. Elbow goes straight back, close to the body. Float that leg if you'd like to. You can always tap down, but the weight should be in the front. Nice, 10 seconds. And we have one left. So it's going to be your fly to your forward raise. Here we go. So we go down, open, and raise. Down, open, and raise. Good. So raising just a parallel, open. And hopefully you feel that now, since the weight is only on one side, how your body has to stabilize. Keep it still. Switch sides. Here we go. Last 30 seconds here. And the weight goes away. Nice strong arms. Make sure you're pulling that core in as you bend over. 10 seconds. 3, 2, last one, and stop. Nice job. That deserves a good pat for yourself. Nice job. Okay. All right, so next we're all gonna meet in a chair in another minute. So a minute just to kind of catch your breath. Stretch anything now that feels tight. Now would be a good time to do that. So if your lower back feels tight, you could kind of do some kind of bends side to side. We did a lot that incorporated a lot of core work. And the core, remember, is your butt, right in the front here, your abdominal muscles, the kind of the mid-back, all of this is your core, not just your stomach. Okay, so I'm going to get into my seated position. You take your time. And we have 4 exercises. They're done slightly different for 3 rounds. Okay? Discard. So, we're going to start with the left leg staying planted. So the left leg does not raise up. It stays to the ground, okay? So we're going to do everything with the right leg, okay? So there's 4 exercises. We're going to do the left leg down first, and then the second time through, the right leg stays down, and then the third time through, we're going to just do both legs together. So it's going to feel a little refreshed. All right, so we start in 10 seconds. So we're going to lift the right leg when it's time, and we're going to do 30 seconds of jump ropes with just the left leg jumping. So the right leg comes up, and we have 30 seconds here. Okay, so try to push that leg up off of the ground. So you have this unilateral side that's working. The other leg is stabilizing. Good. And then you can try to speed it up. You could slow it down. It's up to you. In 5 seconds, we're going to do knee drives. That right leg stays up. We're up. We pull in and extend out. Pull, extend, pull, extend. So the left leg stays nice and planted, pushing into the ground. You're going to start to feel your quads fire up. Okay? Stay with it. This right side is going to get a little bit of work, and then we're going to go to the left side, remember. So it's only temporary. And now we're going to do a reverse crunch. So the right leg stays up, you reverse crunch, and forward. So I'm extending the leg out. Good. So that left leg just stays planted. You should really start to feel it in your quads. Whew. 10 seconds. So I'm just leaning back in the chair. You can always stop and shake out the leg if you need to. Nice strengthening here. Good. And now we have star jumps. So the right leg goes out. So it's just a half star. Inhale, push out. So that leg should get quite fatigued right about now, if not already. In and push out. Good. We have 10 seconds and we switch sides. How are we doing? Whew. And switch. Right leg stays planted, left leg comes up, and we're back to jump ropes. Whew, I really felt that right in there. Hopefully you did too. Good. So left leg is lifted, right leg is jumping. And the core is working because you're only able to push off of one side. We have 5 seconds, and we have those knee drives. Here we go. Up, in, extend, in, extend. So the left leg stays elevated if it can. You can speed it up if you'd like. Woo, that's tough. Nice job. 10 seconds. Nice big pulls, and you have reverse crunches. Whew, here we go. So back and forward. Back. Good. Try to keep that left foot as elevated as much as you can. You can always take a break. Whew. 10 seconds. And you have those half star jumps. 3, 2, and 1. Woo, take a second and go. So your left leg is extending out. Right leg stays planted. Oh. My, oh my. Nice job. So you should feel some fire in that quadricep muscle, right? Good. 5 seconds. And we combine them, okay? So now we just have regular jump ropes. Ah. So both legs are now helping each other out. Good. You can always do a calf raise. You don't have to jump the foot up. Good. 10 seconds. After this, you have alternating knee drives. Here we go. Starting on the right side. So you pull and switch sides. Good. Try to keep a good pace here. So you have 15 seconds. So really pull the core muscles in. Nice job, everyone. Whew. Those were tough. 3, 2, and we have reverse crunches. And we're going to alternate which leg lifts as we go back. So I'm just alternating single leg reverse crunches. Good. That feels much better, hopefully. Ugh. Still should be feeling it in the core. And then the last one we have, last effort, is full stars. So both legs go into the air. Here we go. So last 30 seconds. You can always do single if you want to. That's okay. Or you try to lift both up, straight up into the air, maybe point the toes. Good, just about 10 seconds left to work. 6, 5, try to get 3 more. 1, 2, last one.
Activity complete.
Woo! Nice job. Go ahead and stretch those hip flexors out. You can also do it seated. It's this stretch here to stretch the front of that quadricep muscle. That's where I felt it the most, was right in the upper part here. That is tough. Nice job. Way to stick with it. We push that boundary sometimes, or even for myself, that was tough to stay with that. Nice job. Other side, if you haven't switched yet. Stretching this out. All right, and then let's get our hamstrings. So I'm going to put one leg forward, seated or standing, and I'm going to hinge forward to stretch the hamstrings out. So we actually did quite a bit of work with them. All of these hinges and pulls are all hamstring exercises. So we did a lot with the front of the leg and the back of the leg today. And other side. Nice deep breaths. Good. And let's open up and do the inner thigh. Good. So if you're seated, one leg just goes out to the side. Hopefully you feel accomplished, a little sweaty, which hopefully feels good. Other side. All right, and then the calf stretch. So if you're down, you're just going to bring that toe up. Calf stretch, if you're standing, you just plant the back foot and you start to kind of lean forward. And if you want to, you just bend the back knee a little bit, okay, when you're standing. So you get a little deeper calf stretch. Good. Other side. So I plant the heel down, And then I bend the back leg just a little bit to get a deeper calf stretch into the soleus. Good. And let's bring one arm across. And open up. Fingers wiggle and push back behind you. Good. And then the other arm comes across. Good. And then let's clasp them in the back and pull down, opening up the chest. And if you can't do that, you can always put them on your hips and pull your elbows together. That'll do it as well. Good. And triceps. So same arm, and then you're gonna pull the elbow up towards the ceiling. Great, other side. Another beautiful day. Quite the stretch we've had. It's been a good June. Yeah, hopefully some rain today, a little later. Good, and then shake those out. And then let's do some breathing. We'll breathe all the way up. Really stretch the arms overhead. You can go down about halfway if you'd like. And then just kind of flow through some breaths. Long exhales, long inhales. Good. Slight back bend if you want. And then let's end all together. We exhale, inhale up, and down. Nice job. Awesome work. Nice job, everybody.